Hi, Ukulele Mike here with Waltzing Matilda, by many accounts the unofficial national anthem of Australia. This is a great little song for chord melody playing, and it mostly resides just in the first 2 or 3 frets with an F chord, and you just play. By the way, that's a C chord. Doesn't look like it, but it's actually a C suspended fourth, or C suspended fourth. And what happens there is that I'm playing the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd string with the ring finger on the 3rd fret. So it's then I go to a D minor chord. Now this chord right here, I'm just playing the 3 strings again, 4th, 3rd, and 2nd. That makes up basically a B flat major 7th chord. It's also, you might want to call it a cheater B flat. Okay, just to let you know. So C, D minor. That takes a little practice to get that smooth. And it's all done with the thumb. Now, that's an A 7th chord, 1st fret, 3rd string, and I add my ring finger to the 3rd fret of the 2nd to get the melody note. So back to the D minor again. And then we go to the chorus. Now, way up here, I'm going to speak to this in a minute. 5th fret, A 7th again, D minor, cheater B flat, and there you have it. Now, I was going to say something about this chord up here. Now, what that is, let's go look at it down this way. You get a G chord like so. Okay, now you can bar those 3 strings at the 2nd fret and put the middle finger in on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. It's the same thing. That's also a G chord. Now what we've done by doing that is we've freed up these 2 fingers for potentially melody notes that are up high on the fingerboard. Okay, so this does form a G chord, barring the first 3 frets, and then quite often in the tablature it'll say bar 3/4. It means 3/4 of the strings, or 3 of the strings, and then the middle finger's on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. That is a G chord. Now, if you only play those 3 strings, don't play the 4th, you can move that up to a G sharp or an A flat. Now we go to an A chord, go to a B flat. Another way to play a B flat. All right, now if you add your little pinky to the 5th fret of that G chord, that is one of the notes that's in a G chord that is contained in a G chord. So there's another G. It's a G with a higher note. It's a higher range. It's really bright, isn't it? It's kind of a cool sound. Now, I can play all 4 strings for that chord. Now, if I move it up a fret, I'm still going to play just 3 strings. It's a G sharp, and so forth, all the way up. Now, it's all about shapes. Okay, it's not so much about the names of the chords, it's all about the shapes of the chords. And I want you to watch very closely on this. Okay, the only difference between a major and a minor chord is 1 note. It's just 1 note. Okay, so in a G major chord, there are 3 notes, G, B, and D. Those are the 3 notes that make up a G chord. If you take that B and you drop it a half step to a B flat, you change it into a G minor. Okay, so here's a G chord. Now here's a G minor. I always think of the minors as a sadder, darker sound. G major, happy. G minor, kind of sad. Okay, so there's the only difference between those 2 chords is that 1 note that's been dropped a half step. Now, when you play this form of G without the 4th string, only 3 strings, okay? you're not playing the third of the chord. So this chord has two personalities. It can be a G, or it can work as a G minor. Either way. So you can move that all the way up. So quite often, some of those minor chords are found way up the fingerboard in this fashion. Okay, just throwing that in because it's one of the things that arrangers use for developing chord melody playing. Jake does it all the time. It's his bread and butter, is moving up and down the fingerboard with these chord shapes. They're memorized chord shapes, and just remember that one. It comes up a lot in music. So there you have it, Waltzing Matilda. Once again, it's from my new Book 2, Ukulele Chord Melody Solos, Book 2, $23.95. You can get it by going through the PayPal donate button on my website and making a payment there. And notice also I've got a tri-pack. I've got the 2 chord melody books and the Christmas chord melody book as a tri-pack offer. So check that out. It's on my blog site, www.allthingsukulele.com. All Things Ukulele. Thank you, and as always, happy strumming.